You've seen the solar charging stations, and there's pictures of them too, where they got the big solar panels on top. You know, if you think that's charging the cars, you're living in La La Land. You had charging stations, say there's 4 superchargers there to do 4 cars at a time, right? It would take 20 acres of solar panels to make that much power, which is one of the reasons electric cars is, we're all going to be electric cars soon. No, it's not going to happen, and here's why. The fast chargers are using a tremendous amount of power all at once. And a bank of 4 fast chargers, just think, when they're charging them fast, use as much power as 230 homes. So you got a subdivision to power 4 of these things, right? They already admitted in California that in order for it to be everyone driving electric cars, they'd need 1.5 million of these chargers. That's 1.5 million divided by 4 times 230, which would be all the electricity that would be needed. That many subdivisions to charge all these cars. That's a lot of electricity, and where's it going to come from? You got to worry. The power's got to come from somewhere, right? Doesn't that massively fall out of the sky? And people just don't realize the massive amount of electricity. If you don't understand electricity, do a little studying about how much power it takes to do a kilowatt. It's a lot of power, right? To give you a perfect example, people say, well, we'll do it at home then. Okay, the energy is still needed to power the houses at home. And I asked an electrician one day in Houston, I said, what if everybody in my neighborhood had one of these superchargers ready? He said the wires would melt on the poles. He said those wires that you got in your backyard, they were put in 1947. He said it would melt those. Well, first, there won't be enough power anyways. They get brownouts in Houston when it gets too hot because the air conditioners use too much. Well, imagine adding, 1 million something cars on top of it. He said the wires would melt. They'd have to do a whole, not just a place to make the electricity, but then the whole grid would have to be done over with better wiring to accept all that power. So even if you said, well, I don't worry about using one of those superchargers at a station, I'll do it at home. Yeah, well, the same problem exists there.